Welcome back to Farm Factor and the Kansas Soybean Update.
This is the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Teresa Brandenburg from Osborne serves as the chairperson of the Kansas Soybean Expo Committee. Teresa, it's hard to believe it's coming up January 6th, the 35th Annual Kansas Soybean Expo at the Manor Conference Center and Heritage Hall at the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka.
We are excited. We're going all out for the 35th anniversary. It should be an amazing day for soybean farmers.
And it gets started early on at 8:30 in the morning. You've got quite the lineup throughout the day.
We are going to, again this year, hear from some of our commissioner partners. And then at 10 a.m., we have a keynote address from Evelyn Browning-Garris and James Garris, and they're going to be talking to us about how climate is going to affect and bring changes in the soybean industry. And then, of course, we'll have some research and extension. We're going to have breakout sessions again this year. We have 3 amazing choices, and our farmers will get to choose 2 of those when they come to really hear what's on the forefront for research and extension at K-State. And then a highlight every year for us is going to be that luncheon, and that's where we're going to give out a bunch of awards and really honor those people that have pushed the envelope this year as far as yield goes. We're also hoping to hear from the Kansas Attorney General, Derek Schmidt. And the day doesn't stop there. We go on for an afternoon session where we're going to hear from Andy Schisler, and he's going to give us a market outlook, and then we'll cap off the day with our reception where people get a chance to meet those association directors and Kansas soybean commissioners that have been working so hard all year behind the scenes for Kansas soybean farmers. So really just an action-packed day.
There are some deadlines coming up, but first, if people want more information and or like to look at the schedule, where can they go to find that?
The best place to go is to the website, which is kansassoybeans.org/expo. You can also call the office, and that number is 877-KS soybeans, and our pre-registration deadline is actually December 31st, and you can do that right on the website. You can get registration information right there. And we also want to remind people this year to take a look at the policies. Every year at the expo during our luncheon is our annual meeting of the Kansas Soybean Association. And so if people have policy suggestions that they'd like us to look at, those also need to be submitted by December 31st.
That is Teresa Brandenburg, the chairperson of the Kansas Soybean Expo Committee. And the 35th Annual Kansas Soybean Expo takes place January 6th at the Manor Conference Center and Heritage Hall in the Kansas Expo Center in Topeka. This has been the Kansas Soybean Update. It's brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers. Learn more at kansassoybeans.org. For Kansas Soybeans, I'm Greg Akagi.
Hope you enjoyed this week's Kansas Soybean Update. Stay tuned after the break as Kyle catches up with Philip Ellis, the current president of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.